Hi folks, today I'm going to do a quick video here about the new Enduro.rocks E Enduro off-road e-bike. This is it here. There's a new unused one there. This is my little demo machine. You can see it's a little bit dirty at the moment. Now I want to do a comparison also between this and the Sur Ron. Now the Sur Ron's a great bike, it's really well built. They've got a good name out there for being a pretty durable machine. My dad's had one for about 3 years now. He uses it nearly every day. It's been great. He's had very little problems with it. I think he got water in a controller and needed to have it replaced. But other than that, they're really great. They're only about 55 kilograms. They're easy to chuck around, and they're more like a mountain bike than a dirt bike. But the things that the Sur Ron sort of lets it down a little bit is its lack of power and lack of battery range. Not saying the battery range is bad. You can get about 50 kilometers out of them in the summer, less in the winter of course, but the power is sort of lacking. You go up a big hill, she's going to be struggling a little bit. The other thing that lets it down is the little skinny 19-inch wheels on it, not getting a lot of traction to the ground as well. But I guess it's relevant for the amount of power it's got. Whereas the new E Enduro runs proper 18-inch wheel in the back, proper dirt bike size, and comes with pretty knobby tyres, Chengshin tyre I think, and they seem to work really well. They're 21 in the front. They come with a headlight, inverted forks, yeah, a little bit to be desirable on the suspension, but we'll get to that in a minute. Size-wise, it's a little bit bigger than the Sur Ron. It's got about twice the amount of power, and it's also got a huge battery in it. The battery is massive. I think you can see it in here. It's from here to here, from down here all the way up into here. So it's huge. It's good for apparently about 100 to 110 kilometers if you're doing around 45 kilometers an hour. Obviously, if you're going really fast on it, you're going to be using it up. Oh, we've got a plane going over at the moment. There we go. Strange direction for a plane to be going. They usually go in east-west. Anyway, not worrying about that. So, other good things about it is it uses proper dirt bike size brakes on it. Proper brakes front and rear, you can see here, good size brakes on it. It's really just the suspension that lets it down a little bit. I've adjusted the suspension up on the one that I'm riding and it's a lot better, but it still blasts through the stroke pretty quick. Look, any dirt bike you buy, if you really want to set it up properly, you're going to have to do some work on the suspension, and that's where it's sort of inevitable no matter how much you're paying for something. I sell these up here in Canada for around $5,500. They got a 4-speed gearbox, which is unique for an e-bike. This enables you to go really slow and do technical stuff with a lot of rev range, and then also click it up through the gears. And I've had it up to about 110 kilometers an hour. And it's got a clutch on it. Yep, e-bike with a clutch. Now, of course, you don't need the clutch. You don't have to use the clutch, but it's really handy when you're doing tricks. Foot pegs are pretty good on it. You know, some stuff is a little bit, should I say, Chinesey. You know, like, just some stuff is probably not as well made as it should be. The brakes are copies of what looks to be copies of Brembo's. I'm very familiar with the KTM ones, very similar. But everything's adjustable and everything can be tuned to suit yourself. It's got a high and low power button, which really it does need, because if you're going to be letting other people ride it, you've got to make sure that they're not just laying into the power. I had a friend the other day click it into second gear and flip it and broke his arm. So it really has got a lot of torque. It's got a nice little dashboard on it. I'll turn the one on this one on here. So it's got a power indicator here, and then it's got the speedo here with You can reset it to kilometers an hour or whatever. It's got a tacho on it. As you can see, you can just sort of rev it because it's got a neutral. That's a gear selector here. It's got 4 speeds. I put an on-off switch on it. They actually come with an immobilizer. I don't really like it much. It sort of chirps and makes a lot of noise, so I discard them and just put an on-off switch on. It's got a switch for the headlight, so you can switch a headlight off. Sur Ron doesn't. Its headlight's permanently on, and it's got a horn on it as well, which is sort of kind of handy. There's your clutch. It's a cable clutch. It sort of works all right. You could put some of the hydraulic clutch kits on that you can get out of China, so that's something that if you're going to be using a lot of clutch and doing sort of trials type work on it, it would be a nice benefit to do that. It's got electronic throttle on it. When my buddy crashed it, he did break a throttle, which, you know, it was a pretty good impact. He broke the brake lever and he broke a throttle assembly. The neat thing about the throttle assembly is they're fairly common. It's just a 3-wire e-bike throttle, and you can buy them on Amazon. You could use a Sur Ron one. Sur Ron one actually has the same plug on it, and they're a little bit hardier. You can even get a Magura one. Magura are well known for making levers and controls, and they make one that's really hardy. You know, it could handle a lot of abuse. Seat's fairly comfortable, does the job. If you're riding off-road, you should probably be standing up most of the time anyway. It's got oil in the sump, so you would need to change oil on it because of the clutch running in it. It's got a little side indicator down here on it, which is pretty cool. Comes with fenders. The new Sur Rons that I just got in didn't come with fenders on them. Here's a gear selector here. Comes with a good kickstand, very much like KTM style. To be quite honest, I've used a lot of things very similar to the KTMs. Comes with a 520 chain, so a nice heavy duty chain on it. There's a cover for the charger plug. It's got some fuses in behind here as well. You can see one hanging down here. It doesn't come with a few things that you got to clip, like it on the Sur Rons. They come with brake cutout wires. Here's some that have been cut so that you can use the throttle and brake at the same time. And the Sur Ron comes with an overspeed warning, and it comes with a restrictor wire on it as well, which is quite a bit of a pain in the ass. So yeah, this is the future. What I'm going to be doing is getting some motor gearbox units as well, so I can sell those to people. So it'll be the wiring loom, the battery, and the gearbox with the throttle and the clutch, and you'll be able to change those around and put them into dirt bikes. They bolt on pretty simple. There's some mounting holes at the back here, mounting underneath, and there's a mounting up the front of it. So very much like the way a dirt bike's engine is mounted. So it's going to be easy to repower dirt bikes that have got blown up motors. And then you're going to get slightly better suspension, of course, and a bike that you like. So for now, I'm going to post this video up. Any questions, just please ask. These things are available now in Canada. I have them. There's going to be more on the way. They're a great upgrade from a Sur Ron because they got a lot more power, and they're around about the same price. So yeah, be sure to post your questions.